Humanoid aus Großbritannien ist das nächste Robotik-Einhorn in Europa. Die Firma von Artem Sokolov hat diese Woche eine Finanzierungsrunde über 152 Millionen Dollar verkündet. Investoren bewerten das Startup jetzt mit 1,35 Milliarden Dollar und das erst 2 Jahre nach der Gründung. Und warum das wichtig ist? Finanzierungen für Robotikfirmen gibt es gerade unheimlich viele. Laut dem Datenanbieter Dealbook sind in diesem Jahr schon etwa 9 Milliarden Dollar allein in sogenannte Humanoide, also menschenähnliche Roboter, geflossen. Im ganzen Jahr 2025 waren es weniger als 5. Mitarbeiter bei Unternehmen wie Schaeffler, Bosch und Siemens können die ersten Folgen schon sehen. Dort werden nämlich zum Beispiel die Roboter von Humanoid schon getestet. Ich habe den Gründer und CEO Artem Sokolov vor kurzem beim Founders Forum in der Nähe von London getroffen und natürlich genau gefragt, was konkret machen die Roboter von Humanoid in der Produktion von deutschen Unternehmen? Wie lernen sie eigentlich dazu? Und wie viele Menschen werden wir künftig noch brauchen, um die Roboter zu überwachen? So viel vorweg. Sokolov sagt, es geht nicht darum, wo wir heute stehen, sondern wie schnell wir sind. Und seine Firma sei im Feld zwar die jüngste, aber auch die schnellste. Und damit herzlich willkommen zu Handelsblatt Disrupt. Mein Name ist Larissa Holzki und ich freue mich, dass Sie zuhören. Und wenn Sie zu den Leuten gehören, die alles wissen wollen, aber am liebsten nur die Hälfte zahlen, dann habe ich noch ein Angebot für Sie. Das Handelsblatt mit den wichtigsten Nachrichten rund um Technologie, Wirtschaft und die Finanzwelt gibt's jetzt 12 Monate für den halben Preis. Alle Infos dazu, wie immer in den Shownotes. Und damit nehme ich Sie jetzt mit nach Großbritannien und zu meinem Interview mit Artem Sokolov, Gründer und CEO von Humanoid. So, Artem, Humanoid does exactly what the name suggests. You build humanoid robots, some on 2 legs, some on wheels. You're up against Tesla and Figure AI and companies like that. So why does the world need another humanoid robotics company, and what actually sets humanoid apart?
We are building humanoid robots, you're right, 2 different platforms, one on wheels with a 2-finger and 3-finger grippers, and one is bipedal one with a 5-finger hands. We are the youngest company in the field, but we are the fastest with the biggest commercial progress. When I started, I really saw the huge opportunity because it was not a lot of companies in humanoid space, and it was just Figure and Tesla and a couple of Chinese humanoids, and we decided
There's also Neura Robotics from Germany, which did a huge funding round. Recently.
It's a good company, but we see how we can be number one in Europe. Because it's I think Neuro is already 7 or 8 years in the market, but what we see is that we are going much faster. And I think it will be not the market when winner will take all the market. It will be the same size, not even much bigger than automotive, and it will be 5 to 7 biggest players in this field with 100+ billion capitalization. And our goal to be a number 1 player in industrial space.
Before we get into your story and the company, let's start with the big picture. Who actually needs to care about humanoid robots right now, and who should stay tuned for this episode, even if they think this doesn't affect them yet?
I think in 10 years everything will be changed, because we see now what is happening with the AI models. We use every day a couple of hours as minimum, LLMs, chatbots, and etc. We started to use different agents, but is really true agile will come with robotics, with physical AI, and in 10 years we will see millions of robots in industrial facility, in household, in service, and I think will not do these stupid, dangerous, hard, and repetitive tasks in industries and even in household. This home chores, household chores, cleaning, cooking. It's very boring stuff. I think we need to spend our time to spend time with family, to do different activities and to do mindful work and etc. It's it will be I can't wait this new world.
Nach einer kurzen Unterbrechung geht es gleich weiter. Bleiben Sie dran.
Strukturwandel, geopolitische Konflikte, steigende Kreditrisiken und digitale Disruption. Das Marktumfeld für Banken und Fintechs bleibt herausfordernd und bietet gleichzeitig enorme Chancen. Beim Handelsblatt Bankengipfel am 2. und 3. September in Frankfurt kommen führende Akteure aus Politik, Aufsicht, Finanzwelt und Wirtschaft zusammen, um Lösungen für die kommenden Herausforderungen zu entwickeln. Jetzt anmelden unter handelsblatt-bankengipfel.de und sparen Sie 15% mit dem Code Bankengipfel26.
So let's start with you. You're Russian-born and you grew up in a family where physical, hands-on work was part of everyday life. Your grandparents worked in jewelry manufacturing. Tell us briefly about that and how it shaped you.
Yeah. As a child, I saw how repetitive work negatively affected my grandparents. They really spent their entire lives manufacturing jewelry, from early morning until late at night, and they didn't have a chance to see the world at all. And I didn't see them at all. And when I scaled my manufacturing side of the business in jewelry, I also saw the same problem with my employees. It was 3,000 people on the factory side.
So you took over the family business later on.
Yeah. Like I started working when I was 16, and my parents moved from Russia to Europe, and I just led this business, and I scaled from small factory, from 30 million to 1 billion in revenue and 7,000 employees. And I saw how repetitive, the same repetitive work negatively affected my employees. They didn't see their families at all. And that is why I started to start Humanoid, decided to start Humanoid to free people from this kind of dangerous, repetitive and boring tasks.
And you said that you then scaled the family business. What role did technology and automation play in that?
Yeah, from my opinion, we've built the most advanced jewelry factory. We've automate everything, and we worked with Toyota engineering company, with Toyota Japanese engineers to automate all our workflow. And it was very difficult because it's very manual operations. There are a lot of dexterous, fine manipulation, and we work very hard to automate everything in jewelry. And I take this experience to start a robotics company because we've done already in real business.
And when we think of jewelry, and I picture incredibly delicate, precise handiwork. When I think of robots, I tend to picture something far more brute force, moving boxes, lifting heavy parts. Can you really automate tasks that require that kind of finesse? Or is your vision for robotics simply inspired by the handwork you grew up around in the business?
Yeah. Of course, it's a road. We started with less dexterous, less complex use cases around material moving, like picking, kitting, sorting, loading, unloading, tools handling. But we are adding complexity every month to cover all industrial use cases, included very dexterous fine manipulation, like jewelry, data center separation, like assembling, microelectronic manufacturing, and etc. It's like a journey.
But how exactly were you inspired by the jewelry business to then go into humanoid?
Yeah, as I mentioned, we automated a lot in jewelry, but we still had 3,000 people because 5 years ago or even 2 or 3 years ago, you can't imagine that how you can automate this fine manipulation, very dexterous manipulation. And I just was excited to dive in this one of the hardest problem in the world and solve this. And I'm very passionate and exciting to build robots that can do what humans can do.
So let's dive into Humanoid. You founded the company in 2024, and you've already launched pilot projects and major partnerships with Schaeffler, Bosch, and Siemens, well-known companies in Germany. What can your robots actually do today?
Yeah, we started almost 2 years ago with maximum pragmatic approach, even without robots. We've spoken with a lot of clients to understand their needs, not to do robots for robots, not to create robots for real useful work. And we've built our first robot in 5 months, second platform in 7 months, and just after we'll jump to the clients pilot and POCs, we can do.
Can you give us one example of what exactly they do?
Yeah, for example, with the Schaeffler, we've done 2 pilots on 2 different use cases. One is a bin picking use case. It's a very popular use case around automotive. And second is tools handling. All manufacturing company or retail companies have this type of use cases. Tools moving, tools handling, tools destacking, etc. For example, with Siemens, we completed the tools destacking use case, and also with Bosch, it's tools handling. But we've done just a couple of weeks ago more interesting use case. It's a rack in, rack out manipulation of switchgear in a substation, and this is oil and gas operation, and it's very dangerous use case because it's sometimes exploding, and a lot of people are dying in this use case. If previously we worked just on productivity and productivity efficiency, starting from this use case, we jumped to more safety and how we can with our robots save human lives,
to get human out of danger.
Yes.
There's enormous investment going into robotics right now, driven by the hope that the breakthrough in AI will translate into a similar leap in what robots can do. You're developing your own vision language action model. What does that actually mean?
Yeah, it's in our AI architecture, we started at the right time when first VLA came to the market. It was 2 years ago. By this reason, we decided to use in our stack just end-to-end approach. VLAs, vision language action model, VLMs, and reinforcement learning body controllers. And this setup helped us to iterate very fast, both in hardware, in software, and AI. And in our architecture, we have VLAs. It's like a model that helps robots move and do manipulation. We have VLMs that help robots to do reasoning, to understand what's going on in real world. And we have a system we call System 3. It's an AI agentic orchestration layer that helps robots work together in maximum efficient way. Because we don't want to integrate just one robot. We want to operate 50 to 200 robots per facility. And this is also one of the critical layer. And just 2 months ago, and with this setup, we've achieved with the latest pilots around 50 to 60% human parity in terms of speed, because we measure everything in our development, and it's around 95% fully autonomous success rate. And when we added additional secret sauce, it's a real-world RL on top of VLA for manipulation, we already see uplift from 50 to 60% to 80% of human parity in terms of speed. And this is one of the most important metric to start mass deployment. And we already see a 99.5% fully autonomous success rate. And with this additional secret sauce, we already are ready to start mass deployments. This is very critical point for us.
We are meeting today at Founders Forum, a gathering, very exclusive gathering of founders from all over Europe. And everything what's said here is off the record, so you can share the main thoughts, but you aren't allowed to tell who said what. But I attended a talk today where founders said that the most important bottleneck in physical AI, in robotics, in AI in general, isn't compute anymore, but real-world experience. Would you agree?
I think so. It's data. It's we can say that it's experience.
I mean, it might be data from the real world.
Yeah. This is critical to have a huge amount of data, useful data from real world, real facilities. This is a critical moment.
And we know from large language models that even the most powerful AI needs fine-tuning to be truly useful in a specific context. What can a humanoid robot do straight out of the box, and what does it still need to learn on the job?
Yeah, we build our own VLA. We pre-train, mid-train, and post-train this model, and we use different instrument of data collection. First, we collect a lot of data through teleoperation, like human teleoperate robots, and this is one of the most useful data because we use the same hardware. And we collect data in customer facilities. We build physical twins in our labs, and also we've developed UMI devices. It's like same grippers which our robot has, and humans collect through these devices much more data because we don't have a lot of robots, but we need a lot of data.
Kind of remote control.
Yeah, it's like a two grippers, and you can use these grippers to do different tasks the same as the robots. And we do also internally. We have partners outside, outsource, and also we do a lot of simulation. This is very important. Still, sim to real gap is big, but we are working just also to reduce this gap as much as possible. And we've developed a unique egocentric setup. It's 2 wrist cameras, 1 head camera, 1 option with gloves, 2 for touch and force feedback, and second option without gloves. And we will provide these setups, suits for all our customers, for their workers, to collect much more data, like millions of data, to build the best industrial VLA model.
Talking about the gap, we keep seeing humanoid robots running half marathons, doing backflips, dancing. It looks impressive, but working on a production line is actually much harder. Based on your first real deployments, what are the capabilities that actually determine whether a robot makes it onto the factory floor at Schaeffler or Siemens?
Now it's like not very easy, but easy to do, like pre-arranged motions, like dancing, fighting, and etc. But yeah, you're right that how you can achieve human parity in production facilities with a 99+% autonomy level. This is like the hardest thing, and you need to have a right hardware that can work 24/7, like as minimum 5 years lifetime. You need to have right AI models to be capable to handle all this type of work, and you need to have software integration application layers, that how you integrate your robots in real facilities, how you integrate with the current automation systems, ERP systems, and this layer. For example, we built a lot of different agents, so like integration agents, deployment agents, support agents that help us to integrate our solution for new client, for new use case, just in a couple of days. Compared to traditional robotics, when you need weeks or even months to do it, and this is also like a critical layer to go fast and deploy in real world.
This is an important point. You went from founding Humanoid to your first industrial deployments extraordinarily fast, and yet the standard in industrial manufacturing, especially in Germany, has always been close to 100% reliability. Are companies quietly lowering that bar, and if so, why?
Well, it's like it's about journey, because we see like a huge demand because of huge labor shortages and very expensive labor, and the European and the Western companies, they want to compete worldwide, and they don't have enough people, and of course they understand that we need to prove that. For example, with Schaeffler, we started with 25% of human parity in terms of speed, and just in 4 months we doubled this metrics, and this journey is clear that in next half a year we will be where we need to be, and it's not about where we are now, it's about how fast we are going. This is one of the most critical thing.
And your Schaeffler partnership really stands out. They want up to 2,000 of your robots running in the factories by 2032, with the first beta deployments already starting this year and next year. And it goes both ways. Schaeffler also want to become one of your key suppliers, essentially betting that robotics will replace what they are losing as the auto industry shrinks. Can that pay off from your perspective, both in terms of scale and timing?
Yeah, it's true that automotive players are very struggling because they have really low demand from automotive cars and etc. And the next big shift for them is robotics, and we see it will be like huge scale, and it will be very soon. And of course, it will be pay off for them.
And when can they realistically expect to ride that big robotics deployment wave?
Yeah, I can't say for everybody, but our plan to start mass production in Germany next year. Schaeffler will build actuators for us, our own design actuators, and Bosch will build robots for us, and we'll use automotive facilities for building robots. And next year we'll start it will be like 1,000 to 2,000 of robots, and after we'll grow like tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands in maximum 5 years.
And then we need to talk about robots replacing human labor. And when we do that, we often forget that today's humanoid robots still need people to look after them. How much human workforce can humanoids realistically replace by 2030, for example?
Yeah, like it's not our goal to replace people. We see really like
Might be the goal of your customers.
We don't know, but we see that it's around like 15 to 20% labor shortages, and we want to cover like this problem. It's our like main priority, and still we need to have a human in the loop. When we start mass deployment, we'll have one operator per 10 robots, and after it will be one operator. In a couple of years, there will be one operator per 100 robots. We need still a lot of people to collect data. Yeah, I think it will be like it will apply like new jobs like that people can work, and then I think it will be, on one hand, of course, it will be needed less people, but we will have a lot of new different jobs also connected with AI training, data collection, and etc.
Nach einer kurzen Unterbrechung geht es gleich weiter. Bleiben Sie dran.
Die Zeitenwende verändert den Flächenbedarf in Deutschland. Neue militärische Standorte entstehen, bestehende werden reaktiviert und ausgebaut. Doch ohne Immobilien und Infrastruktur bleibt vieles offen. Wie können Flächen entwickelt und genutzt werden? Welche Anforderungen gelten für Bau und Sicherheit? Und wie lassen sich die Projekte finanzieren? Darüber sprechen wir auf der Handelsblatt-Konferenz Defense and Real Estate am 14. und 15. September in Düsseldorf. Jetzt anmelden unter live.handelsblatt.com/defense-real-estate und mit dem Code PODCAST 10% sparen.
And here's a question I keep coming back to when it comes to humanoids. A lot of people say the world was built for humans, so it makes sense to build robots that fit into that world. But is that really the right way to think about it? I mean, railway tracks are still the width they are because of two horses standing side by side. Are we just carrying old constraints into a new era?
Yeah, it's like it's all about efficiency. Of course, you can build fully automated warehouse or a production facility, but it takes you like hundreds of millions of dollars, and the payback period ROI will be more than 7 to 10 years. It's a huge investment, huge capex. We'll build a new type of warehouse and automation facilities, but is like for humanoids, you will have like a payback period less than 1 year. You don't need to redesign or rebuild the current facilities, and this is like a significant speed of scale of humanoids, because you just need a couple of days plug humanoids the same facilities, and it will run. This is a big advantage for humanoids.
And that raises a bigger question. There's a fundamental tension between building for the world that exists today and building for the world that could exist. Do you think there will be shifts coming that most of us are seriously underestimating? Shift that could mean robot-first companies and app winning over human-driven ones?
Yeah, it will come, but I think it will be slow. Because it's efficiency, and it's better to use current facilities and put their specialized robots and humanoids. But in 20 years, I agree it will be like maybe like a 50-50 range. We'll see.
And how to prepare for that world, for that future?
I don't know, honestly.
Today, headcount is one of the key metrics in every earnings report. Do you think we'll one day see companies reporting human workforce and robot workforce side by side? And what would a healthy ratio actually look like?
Yeah, it's a cool question. I even didn't think about this. Cool question. We'll see. I don't know, 50, maybe 50-50 is could be a good ratio, as a starting point. But let's see what will be next.
We're seeing several major technological developments advancing at the same time and influencing each other: AI, robotics, next-gen connectivity, quantum computing.
Mm-hmm.
How do you expect that combination to fundamentally change how we produce things? Are we talking evolution or a complete reset?
Yeah, I think complete reset and complete revolution. Because I don't know. Imagine a robot will work 24/7 in biolabs, biotech labs, like scientific labs. It's like a 24/7. You can how much acceleration you can have in all our breakthrough. It's I can't imagine.
And we are here at Founders Forum surrounded by some of Europe's most successful founders and researchers like David Silver, for example, who've built their own companies. What's the conversation that's been on your mind most in the last few hours, or what's the topic that excited you the most?
Yeah, every time in my mind how we can go faster with our robots. We had a lot of discussions with David how we can partner, because he's number one in reinforcement learning, and we discuss how we can accelerate deployments maybe with their models also. All time I'm thinking how we can run faster.
That's a great place to leave it. You need to run for your next meeting. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Und das war's auch schon wieder mit Handelsblatt Disrupt. Wenn es Ihnen gefallen hat, dann abonnieren Sie unseren Podcast und sagen Sie es weiter. Redaktion Larissa Holzki, Produktion Migo Fecke.
Die Zukunft unserer Wirtschaft entscheidet sich jetzt in den Unternehmen. Denn dort liegt das Potenzial, um wieder Weltspitze zu sein. Was es dazu braucht? Ein neues Mindset. Menschen, die Verantwortung übernehmen und Entscheidungen nicht länger aufschieben. Dafür steht der Pulse Women Economic Summit. Treffen Sie über 300 weibliche Top-Führungspersönlichkeiten, die heute schon die Transformation prägen und morgen die deutsche Wirtschaft zu neuer Stärke führen. Seien Sie dabei und sparen Sie mit dem Code PODCAST 10% auf den Ticketpreis. Anmeldung unter handelsblatt-pulse-summit.de